I started skateboarding when I was 12. That was 20 years ago. And I remember my first board, it was a Zero Blood Skull deck. And of course, it was made out of wood. And now, 20 years later, skateboards are still made out of wood. And when I was around 16, 17, I started to break a lot of boards. And it was so frustrating to me. If you just want to learn a new trick like front lip and you don't really know how to land on it smoothly, it just happened that your board broke on the second day. Or you go street skating and you try a new trick, or you just bail and it stomps on the floor and it chips. Then I thought to myself, why the fuck is there no better material? And I asked around if there are different materials, looked around on the internet, nothing. And yeah, skate shop owners or pros, they are all just saying, yeah, that's how it is. Wooden boards, they break. That's how it is. That's how it should be. But I thought, nah, there must be something better. So when I was 20 years old, I started to make my own skateboards in my parents' garage. I built my own presses, my molds, and I started to experiment with different kinds of materials, always involving maple, but also bamboo or carbon fiber, glass fibers. And the boards were pretty tough and good, and that's how I started as Kape. First, I built boards for myself, then for my friends, then for friends' friends, and that's how the company started to grow. And I was able to build a couple thousand boards actually in the past and sell them all over Europe. But in 2018 or so, the boards were, at least in my opinion, so good that I couldn't really make them better. But that's it just wasn't enough. I knew that it needs to be better and more durable to really make an impact on skateboarding, so that everybody's saying like, yeah, that's the board. And I knew I wasn't there. So I asked myself, how can I make this board 10 times better? And after asking my question, I knew that there is no way to make that board 10 times better with conventional materials like wood and conventional machines like presses. So I thought to myself, how else could a skateboard potentially be made? And that question drove Kape for the last 5 years. We needed to develop a new technology that solved that question. There are carbon fiber, glass fiber parts around, and there have been skateboards made out of plastic. But you know, a plastic board is heavy, it flexes, it sounds cheap, and it's just not good. So the question was, how can you make a casted plastic board that feels like wood, but also that doesn't chip and that keeps its pop and also sounds good? So the last 5 years we've been developing exactly this. This board looks and feels like wood, even sounds like wood, but it has some benefits that wood just doesn't have. It has a really smooth surface that allows for great, long, smooth slides. It is pretty much unchippable. The cool thing is it's casted in one mold. So technically there cannot be any delamination, because delamination only occurs if you glue together several layers, how skateboards usually are made. The hardest thing about it was to put in the glass fibers. Glass fibers are in there to give this board its strength. But you need glass fibers from the top to the bottom of the board. Otherwise, if they are just too short, the board is just not right. And the third material, or the first one, is actually the most important one. first material is actually recycled ocean plastic. This recycled ocean plastic is casted into this mold, and it impregnates the fibers and covers all the core. There's a special foam core in it that makes the board light, yet also strong. We did that by making a foam core that has a special shape. It is made in a way where the foam core is not a full solid, but it is only at parts where the strength isn't needed as much. This board has a 14.13 inch wheelbase, so it's a bit shorter than the standard 14.25 for an 8.25 deck. It has a 6.6 inch tail, 7 inch nose, so it's a pretty standard shape. Yeah, I think we tried to make a shape that would fit most skaters, you know, because with this technology, for every shape you need a new mold. So we said, let's make a shape that our team riders like and also other skaters like. And that's what we came up with. It's got a medium concave. It, as I said, feels like wood. It has the same weight, but it has a lot of benefits. The potential with this technology is that you can dictate where the weight of the weight distribution of the board. That wasn't possible until now. And we made this board so that the weight has in the middle, the weight is a little bit more, and on the sides it's lighter. That makes the board more responsive. So with tricks like a nollie tray flip, where a lot of people do them with no pop, this board is just a little bit more responsive, and it comes up higher, so you can pop it high. And the thing with the glass fibers are like wooden fibers, just stronger and better. Wooden fibers, especially maple fibers, they are pretty short, so they are stacked up next to each other and in the length, but they are not going from one side to the others. They are, yeah, a natural material. But with these glass fibers, they go from top to bottom, straight. And if you load up for an ollie or whatever trick that you pop, you flex the tail and it distributes the strength through all the fibers in one direction. And if you release it, you jump, you have the maximum amount of pop that you can create. So the board feels like wood, but better. And I'm so stoked about this because it was, you know, when you hear that somebody's trying to make a skateboard out of plastic, you're like, yeah, come on, get out of here. And most skateboard manufacturers even say it's impossible to make a good board without wood. But I thought, why is wood so special? Like, of course, wood is an amazing material. It has so many good properties. But what makes wood so special is the question. And it's the fibers. And if we can make a board with fibers, long fibers, that has the same weight with the core, and we combine it with the special recycled plastic, it could happen. It could work. That's what I thought. And it works now. And I'm so proud of this board because it's just right now. It took us 5 years to make it. And it's just so nice to see how it turned out, because it sounds like wood. You know, it has that great duck, that high pop sound, and it feels so good when you ride it. And you don't have that stick and slip effect where, you know, a new board is kind of slippery, but then it wears off and then it sticks, you know. It just smooth all the way. And because it has this special plastic here, everywhere pretty much, except for the core and the fibers, you get razor tail super, super slow, so you can ride this board for a very long time. This board costs more than a wooden board, but if you break it down over time, you actually save a lot of money. The only thing that you need to change every now and then is the grip tape. That's why we give you 2 free grip tapes with every order. Yeah, what else can I say about the board? Yeah, as I said, most of it is recycled, and the board is also 100% recyclable. And we are working on it to get the boards back and recycle it. We're not there yet, because that's a big step. You need a lot of machines. But I think we're going in the right direction, because, you know, what a lot of people don't know is skateboarding is one of the main reasons for deforestation of maple trees. And I believe that wood is a great material, but it's just a pity that you buy a board and it breaks after a week or so and you buy a new one. So I really believe if we want to do something for the environment, we need to buy things that last a long time. And also what's pretty cool is because we use that recycled material, our CO2 footprint is just 1/3 of that of a wooden board, which is pretty crazy if you think about it, that it lasts like 5 to 10 times longer than a wooden board. Then it's like 5% of the CO2 footprint of a normal wooden board. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm super stoked, as you can tell. And yeah, I'm happy to release the board now and see the people who support it and ride it, to see them having fun with the board. Yeah, I mean, that's the ultimate goal, building something that people like and love. Yeah, that's it.